back to another episode of Dinosaur Island, and we see a new face. This is in fact Rex. Yes, he is finally a juvenile. For this whole season, or most of the season, we saw him grow up. It is sad, but it is great to see him as an adult. Shannon calls him over. We see another baby T-Rex. Unlike the last baby that got eaten by a predator, though I believe was a Giganotosaurus known as on now on the south side, who I haven't seen in a while, named Atlantic. Shannon's letting them get close this time because she made a mistake. Because she couldn't fight off Atlantic herself. Even though it would have been an easy job for Shannon, she still somehow lost to Atlantic. We shall name this baby Claus. Now the rival, since he's a newborn, there's only one egg left, that little black one that might hatch very soon. Now, Rex and Claus might have a rival because, well, Shannon is gonna pay less attention to Rex and more to Claus because he's a newborn. So, Tyrant is gonna be the one to take care of Claus. He's hatched a few days ago. He's had a long day of playing. Decides to rest. Shannon decides to rest with him. So does the rest of the Rex family. Now let's focus on other dinosaurs, like in the middle. We see Striker. Now there is a new generation of creatures here. There's more dinosaurs that travel here. And plus, it's mating season for carnivores. And a few other dinosaurs, like a few other predators like raptors. Sadly, Clear Sky can't mate because, well, Vanilla went missing. But today might be Striker's lucky day. This is a female Carnotaurus. We shall name her Emerald for her emerald green-like color. Striker hears a call and decides to walk over. She turns around and says to walk over. Striker looks around to see if there's any other males, but there isn't. He sizes her up. He sized her up and she's the right size. He is going to get her gravid. He gets in the mating position. But we're not looking at it. Until they're done, we'll focus on somebody else. Here we can see Spike, the female Stegosaurus, and Spiny. But they have a surprise. They have a whole herd. Now, Spike is now the leader of the herd. He did let Spiny in because he traveled with him to the Midlands for a few days. But these characters have names. Ice Crown for her, the female Styracosaurus. Her frill is most half white. Then we got Hank and Mark. They're two best friends. And plus, we got another one that looks a lot like Mark, but is a female. They are mates. And we see another Styracosaurus male. He's keeping a close eye on the female and Spike. We see this other Ankylosaurus, which are called Dark. We got King, Yellow Jacket, who's also let in because, fun fact, he started following the herd, and Spike has let him in. He's starting to get hungry. We got Stripes, who is a baby Myosaura that is moved here. And then we got a mini iguanodon named Crimson, or Crimson Stripe. Then we got Maggie, the Pachycephalosaurus. Also got some named Stegosaurus. I think I already introduced him. And this Stegosaurus is actually a male. We have learned that this little Stegosaurus is actually a male. Stegosaurs are hard to find out what gender they are, especially with one this size. We figured out that this is a female. They could become mates. They're finding a spot to eat. They're grazing together. And now Maggie can eat, but she is the watch for predators. This male is getting too close to Ice Crown. We shall rename her to Frost. He's getting too close, trying to size her up. She's not getting comfortable. He's being kind of rough too. He tries to mate with her, but he gets a quick sign. She was deciding who to shoot, Spike or this male, but she has already decided that she has chosen Spike. That is a Stegosaurus breeding call. Now these are smaller, earlier evolutions of Stegosaurus. Spike walks over. He sizes her up. She's just the right size. And he starts to breed with her. As the two are mating, Spiny and Yellowjacket start to play. Now, Yellowjacket is an adult male, well, an earlier evolution of a Dimetrodon, and he is an adult. A young adult. They play fight. It's kind of like the Yellowjacket is taken. Yellowjacket thinks that Spiny is one of his own kind because of the spine on his back. But Yellowjacket does think it's weird that he walks with two legs, but he doesn't really care. Being bigger, Spiny is one. They're getting very hungry. They haven't eaten in a few days. Since this is a new generation, they've decided to live with Spike. A few hundred meters away, Striker is done mating. They're going to go hunting together, and they're going to hunt down some of the members of the herd. Spike is done breeding with Frost. Frost goes over to graze next to Spike's friends, but the male isn't too happy. Since the female is taken by Spike, he is now wanting to be the leader so he can have breeding rights with Frost. They start to fight. The whole miniature herd watches them fight. They're both falling over. They're getting exhausted. The male tries to inflict a dangerous wound on Spike's neck, but misses. But Spike injures him right in the neck. And add the insult to injury, Spike injures both of the male's legs. That is karma for trying to challenge the herd leader. King spots the carnivores. He signals them to run. So does Stripes. The herd is running from the carnivores as they're getting chased, but two of them are falling behind. Yellow Jacket, the male, and Mark's Striker soon catches up. Is killing the female. Yellow Jacket is struggling to catch up, but the one especially struggling is the male, but he doesn't last long. Emerald's already taken him down. I guess you can say this is karma for trying to take Spike's mate and trying to take a spot of leader. Even though they have enough food to feed them for a while, Striker decides to attack again. You can see King running away, but Yellow Jacket is really struggling. He fights his leg, but Yellow Jacket won't go down without a fight. We call him Yellow Jacket because of his coloring and how vicious he can be. Striker doesn't want to risk injury from this little furious Dimetrodon, but does knock him down. Yellow Jacket catches up with the herd. Mark sees his mate dying, but Hank decides to stop him. Moves him forward. They have to catch up with the herd. You see the herd, but dark night starts to fall. It starts to become a straggler. But he soon catches up. Leading the charge, Spike quickly runs away. But we shall rename this baby Dinosaur to Hazard, and name his the Parasaurolophus Stripes for his red striped head. The herd has been stopped by the raptor pack. You might be wondering, well, why don't the herd stampede the raptors? The raptors are tougher than they look. Now, plus, they're in a pretty big predicament. The Striker and Emerald wants more food. And Striker hasn't been as fierce, but he's beginning less and less of food because of more predators moving in. But we're near a very well-known forest, the forest that Redsail lives in, and we have a very special guest, Onyx and his son. They're about to get in a huge battle. It seems that all the predators are eyeing specific targets. Those targets being King, Knight, and Crimson Stripe, and Hank. They are also eyeing Stripes. King tries to sneak away, but he gets knocked down by Clear Sky, the new alpha of the raptor pack since Vanilla disappeared. And something sad that happened is Blue Streak also disappeared. They're starting to feast on King. Muddy soon comes in. Stripes gets attacked by Onyx, and his son helps him. Which is a good sight, but not for, well, Stripes. Soon, Emerald decides to grab Knight, flips him over. But Knight has hit Emerald with his tail. Dite is getting attacked yet once more, but one more hit with his tail. It drives Emerald away. Striker attacks Hank, knocking him down. Mark tries to make Striker stop, but he won't. But it's just getting his attention. The herd is in a very big predicament right now. Since Crimson Stripe is getting attacked, Hazard probably has to say goodbye to his temporary father. But Crimson Stripe won't die today. He does have an injury though. But Styx stopped eating, attacking King. But King throws him off. He limps badly. A lot of his skin and muscle have been torn off. But Emerald wants a chance at a different kind of food. But she gets attacked by the raptors. And why Striker and Emerald are so small is because they're pygmy carnivores. Smaller versions of normal carnivores. Onyx and Striker decided to fight. It seems that Onyx has already won, but Striker has won. As King is walking, very injured, Striker moves out of the way. Sees his mate getting attacked, but he won't allow it. He knocks down the raptors. Emerald gets up very slowly, and they decide to walk off, knowing that they already have enough food. But weirdly enough, the raptors decide to follow them. There goes Styx. There goes Muddy. And almost all the way healed up. Here goes Ornstein. Striker looks at Onyx and walks past him. Hitting him one more time. Onyx's son looks over him. We see the carnivores feasting on the dead corpse of the male Styracosaurus. But soon to come, Onyx starts eating the body of Mark's mate. Striker looks over, but he doesn't really care. Onyx and his son has been barely getting any food from the forest, so they decided to come into the Middlelands for a little bit. But they'll go back very soon. They're enjoying their meal. Soon to come are also the raptors. They decide to feast on the body of, well, the female. The tiny earlier evolution of the Dinosaurs. They now want to get close to the carnivores because they are the most powerful predators in the Middlelands. Even though Onyx can give Striker and Emerald the run for their money, but he definitely can't fight both of them. But Onyx doesn't stop yet. Maggie has hit him on the head to teach him a lesson not to hunt them again. Onyx walked all the way back here. They are a few meters away from each other. Since they are very small creatures, they It can't run very far. So when it says feast again, since Emerald's gravid, she will soon have to build her nest. They will soon have to find a suitable spot for Emerald to lay her eggs. Some of the herd members are very injured. Well, not. Some of them are fatal wounds, but they can make it out of it. If any of the predators, like Onyx or Striker, keep stalking them, you'll have a very low chance of living. Stripes has a very low chance of living. Falls over. Crimson Stripe, from his injuries, fall over too. But Stripes is the friends of Crimson Stripes, like pushes him over. Even though Hazard is like a baby, he just has to look over him. Yeah. Yeah. Another very injured one is Hank. Hank has definitely not gotten the worst of the bunch, but he's still very hurt. He just has to fall down and rest. Well, Mark, however, watches him. But Mark is happy that Hank's still alive. Another very injured one is King. King has gotten it the worst in the bunch. So he'll have to rest. Another dinosaur that's gotten it bad, Knight, has gotten it, he's gotten it easy out of the attack. Him and Hank will recover the quickest, but Stripes, the Parasaurolophus, and King, the miniature Triceratops, will have to rest for a little while. Yeah. But just to make sure, Knight says to rest. He'll have to rest for a day or two for his wounds to heal. But the rest of the herd will have to keep watch of the predators, like Striker, Onyx. Onyx hunts the most frequently, so they're gonna have to watch out for him. Little male Stegosaurus guards the same spot as the female. They have been the female has been eyeing him, been eyeing this male. Maggie's getting along well. She is not injured. She will protect the rest of the herd. We will focus on them in season 2 as well. Also very soon, Frost will have to lay her eggs. Frost is scared, but Spike tells her everything's okay. Yellow Jacket and Spiny decide to walk over to the other side to guard the rest of the herd. Spiny is lucky. He could have easily died. He could have easily died, like Hazard or Stripes. But they fall asleep.